Hello, it's Tony Embry, and I'm here for my live in the North Carolina Stampin' Up group today. So I'm scheduled at 4:30. So we'll just hang out a second and see if you're there. That if you'll just say hello or something, then I'll know that you guys are there, and can go from there, and we'll get started. So it's been a wonderful day. I haven't got to catch up on all the videos, but as I've been in and out today, but the ones that I've seen have been really, really nice. Hi, Judy. So thank you for joining in. So anyway, so I thought I would okay, hi, Cheryl. So glad you guys could join me. I know it's a Friday and everybody's busy. It's been an exciting day for all the projects. It's just been really nice. I hope we can do this again because it's so nice to see what approaches everyone else takes to projects. My project is not going to take that long. When I was told 30 minutes, I decided, okay, I'll do a fairly fast project because I'm close to the end of the day and everybody will be tired. And so I chose something that wasn't too complicated. Anyway, I'll show you the card. So it's kind of hard to show it. It's the Easel card, and you probably could figure it out if you saw the dimensions that I put on there. But anyway, I hope you will like it anyway. Hi, Vicky. But I don't know if you can see it when we stand it up, but anyway, if you could see it or not. But anyway, it stands up. But when it goes down, when you fold it flat, it's still only 4 1/4 by just about 5 inches. So it fits into an envelope really easily. So I just layered it. But here, this is the little one that I stamped. And then this is the full card. And then on the back, what I didn't put, but I will do on my sample, is I am putting a white piece of paper, Whisper white cardstock, so that if you want to write a note or something to the person you send it to. And then this piece here, I decided to put it there because when you cut this out, some of like these little things seem a little fragile. So I decided to put the color behind it, and I think it adds a little interest to it. Hi, Jeed. Hi, Debbie. Anyway, so that's this. And so I'll lay it here, so hopefully you can see it. But for those of you who don't happen to have these sets, I know I said you guys could do whatever. We would adapt to anything you want to do, but I decided to do a second one using the Greenery, the Forever Fern set. And so for this one, I just used the rectangles. And so these are the dimensions for those. So, so I'll give you those dimensions later, but it doesn't have all the frilly stuff there, but I did add some little gold. These are those pop-outs, the gold set that I didn't realize I ordered it, but I got it and I'm like, oh wow, I really like it. So it has lots of little pieces, and so I popped it up. I just stamped this one on, which I really like that piece, and so I just layered it, and so that I stamped a little bit on the hello. And here, this also comes it's for the Forever Fern, but it's with the, let's see what set it is. It's from, well, it's this piece right here, and it's from the Forever Flourishing dies. And so that's this one. And I just put that in, and I popped it out, and then of course I put the green behind it, but I just put this in the die cutter and cut this out. And then I decided to just overlay the piece that I cut out, and so it kind of almost looks like it's two-tone, like a shadow, doesn't it? To me anyway. So I kind of like that effect. Sometimes I like to play with it, but anyway, it was on the fly. It wasn't pre-planned, but I love these DSP papers. I think this works better for me anyway with the smaller prints. And but anyway, so I thought that would be an alternative to this other one if you don't have, and you could use it for anything. I mean, any of the sets. But I'll put this over here. But we're gonna do this one now. So hi, Sandy. Hi, Martinette, and so we're going to go ahead and start this now. But this is it. Okay, so I'll move this aside for the bow bit, and I'll bring it back at the end. And so these, the dimensions that I used for these are the rectangle stitched. So it's a small, medium, and large, but there's tons of them in there. So the larger one, and I'll put this down below in the comments, is 4.5 by 3 and 1/16. And then the medium one is 3 and 5/16 by 2 and 3/16. And then the smallest one is 3 1/4 by 2 inches. And but if you have the set, it's really easy to figure out which one goes, because you can just measure it. But anyway, so I know I put the supply list online the other day, and then at 5 o'clock, my recipe for this project will go live on my blog. But then I will just put a link to that on our website, because it has all the specific directions. Hi, Lori. All specific directions of how to make the card, and so I put all that in there, and hopefully that will. So I thought maybe, if you guys like it, it's already written up for you. You could copy it. You could send it to customers. You could, use it on your, use it on your page or whatever. It's compliments of me. If you like it, you're welcome to use it. And anyway, so we'll go with this right now. This is my little thing. I'll put this over here. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm doing a project, especially for an online project, I try to put things in a plastic envelope. Hi, Dieta. In a plastic envelope, because I don't know, my desk isn't that huge, but things get lost on it all the time. And so I try to, if I put them in one place, they even sometimes get lost when I put them in the bag. But anyway, so what I've done, this is the extra piece that I mentioned, and it comes from the Ornate Borders. In here, it has all these, but this one is in there. So this is the one, if I've already die cut it, but if you have it and you want to go ahead and die cut it, you could just, I just moved it just a little bit up from the bottom, and I just die cut it there. Okay, and then so these two little pieces here are they kind of seem fragile to me, and if you're going to give the card to someone, so I recommend putting a piece of alternate color on the back, and then this piece right here will be where your sentiment can go. So anyway, so that's the purpose of that. So you can do that. So this is 9. Let me pull my cheat sheet there, so I'm not going from. Oh, it's 9 inches by 3 3/4 this way. Okay, so then you score it at 2 inches, and you score it at 4 1/2 here. Okay, and then so it's folded this way and then folded this way, so it goes really easily into a card. And then I've gone ahead and punched my sentiment, and I'm going to add some bling over on the side. That's why I stamped it more towards the left. I wasn't crazy, but anyway, so that's what I did it. I like to do that sometimes, just stamp it off center. And this is the paper, which you can use any paper, like I said, but this is the paper. And so this piece, I cut it, and it is 3 1/4. It's almost square. It's 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. And so then this piece is in the set. It's in my envelope. Here it is. So this piece comes from the Ornate Layers. Yes, I always get those mixed up. It comes from Ornate Layers. So this one I already went ahead and cut out, but you can cut it out if you have your dies. Hi, Bridget. So anyway, so that's that if you want to do it. I've already done it in the interest of time. And then this piece will go up here. I'm going to have to cut a little bit more off of it. Is that weird? I'll just trim it real quick. And well, you guys aren't looking. And so anyway, so yeah, this is just, I don't know, it's just so fun to do. We already did one, Darren's aunt's 86. And so when he saw this card, he's like, I want to send that to my aunt Shushu. So I had to make another one for her, but that was fine. This one is going somewhere. I have to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece on now while we're here, and I use the Tombow. I don't know about you guys. I use Tombow a lot because sometimes I feel like, hi Cheryl, I feel like I need a little bit of extra time. I don't move as fast as I used to move. I'm not as certain all the time of what I'm doing. So I sometimes like to have a little extra time to do something. So I find that the Tombow gives me just a little bit extra time. And sometimes not as much as I need. But anyway, I so much, you know, a lot of you guys met me when we were in Charlotte this past fall. But, you know, I didn't know anything about Stampin' Up. My cousin Michelle, who was doing a demo out there, I told her one day, I said, you know what, I really get tired of going and buying cards because I'm, sorry, I gotta do this right here. I'm a creative person, just like you guys are. And I'm like, you know, it just breaks my heart sometimes I have to pay $7 for a card that really isn't what I want, but, you know, to get something decent enough to send, it's expensive. And I know with all the money I've spent on Stampin' Up, I was probably paying more than $7 for these cards. But I have the fun of making them. So that's, at the end of the day, that's what makes my soul sing, is that. So I really appreciate you guys allowing me to be part of this group and be able to share some of the stuff that I've learned. I have learned so much, you guys. There are so many things to do with this. And every time I learn something new, I just want to share it with someone else because I'm like, you know what? They might like me. They might not have realized that this is how you do something. Okay, so I'm going to stick this back here. I'm trying to get rid of some of this stuff on my desk because there's just paper here for me to lose. So I don't know about you, but I like to write. I like to write in my cards, so I don't often put sentiments in them because I like to write notes. I'm one of those people. Writing is fun for me, and I just think it's important that we, you know, people like to get. I personally like to get cards that someone has taken the time to write me a note, especially if you send me a Christmas card and you just write your name in there. I can see that without opening it because I could just, you know, I could read return address. So I just really, I know people are busy and they don't have time, but for me, I've cut down on my list because I just want to have the time to be able to write somebody a note and just to say, hey, here's what's happening, you know, whatever, hope everything's going well for you. How's this? How's that? So this wood, it's just, I cut this wood a little bit smaller because now you could make it bigger if you wanted to, but I kind of like all these little dots and stuff. And so when I was playing with designing the card, I just kept cutting it and cutting. I'm sure you guys do the same thing. Kept cutting it. Just said, okay, I want it to be a little smaller. I want it to be like this. And so I kept playing with it for so long. Okay, here's what this is. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and do this because I'm going to get rid of it. So now this one, I just do because I don't really want to get glue on my in the holes, right? So I'm just going to do it like this. Put that in there. Hi, Cindy. So, thank you guys for joining it. But I try to stay ahead of things. I do a Wednesday night, Wind Down Wednesday live, and then I do a Saturday night live, Stamping with Tony, and I do both of those. So it takes a lot of time to create stuff, and I love doing it. I want to do it on Tuesday, but I just haven't. I don't want to start something and then not be able to continue to do it all the time. So what I do with this, folks, is now obviously I'm going to put this here and I'm going to prop it up, but I try to go basically an inch above that. So that's like 3/4 of an inch. So if you see the difference, I'll show you. See this wood, this is the second one I did, and I put this on because I moved this up a little more. So when you put this wood here, I mean it goes, but you see how straight up it is? Could you tell? It's straight. It's straight. So I would have moved this, but you know I got the cart before the horse, so it's fine. It'll be fine. But I like it. See how this is? I like it when when it kind of relaxes back a little bit, kind of looks more comfortable. See that? So so what I do is, I put this, let's measure this wood. I measured it the other day, but let me measure it again for you guys. So it's about, well, that's wrong. Duh. It's just about an inch, isn't it? Just about an inch. Oops, you can see it now. Just about an inch. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do with this other one, because that works. And then I'm gonna do it the right way this time. So let's do it. So what I do is I put a piece of tear-in tape. Because, you know, these things aren't going to be like, you're going to give it to somebody, and it's not going to be for a child. So they're not going to, like, throw it around the room or anything. So you need to put a lot of tear-in tape on it, I don't think. So you just put, I'm going to shorten this a little bit more because I don't want it to be over the edge. So I put it, like, right here. Okay, because... where's my boat folder? I'll be a little bit. Okay, now where's this? Take my pick and pull this up. Trusty trash can. Okay, so let me measure this wood. Ooh, that'd be like, that's an inch. That looks like it's going to be too high. Sorry to be indecisive. Sometimes it happens with me that way, but it is definitely an inch. Definitely. Oh, it's 3/4 of an inch. Okay. What the heck? I'll do it this way. You know, I was a financial person when I was, so I have this problem sometimes where I have to be really precise about things. It drives me flippin' nuts because I want everything to be even and stuff. Okay. You guys don't have to do this. It's insanity, really. Okay, so see, it's basically right there. Okay, so I want it to be like right here, right? So let me find my little thing, and I don't know how you do it, but I only put, yeah, I just put the, because I want this to pop up a little bit, because I want it to hold a card, I'm only going to put the dimensionals on the top side. So it'll set up a little bit higher, and so it'll leave a little bit of an edge to hold that card. Okay, so I'll try to do this so you can see, but there. That's where I want it. Thereabouts. So this is gonna, see that? It's gonna hold. See, it's kind of relaxed back a little bit, and I like that feeling a little better. But anyway, so now what I'm gonna do, I gotta make a bow, and oh, I haven't done the card yet. Hello. Okay, so here's this. Sorry, I'm scattered. It's been a long day. Been watching all these people do stuff. It's a very, very talented group we have. It's so amazing. So I really have some fun news. I was asked to be a part of the Gentleman Crafters design team, and the guys, there's 6 or 7 guys, and they're from all over the world. There's in the U.S. There's me in North Carolina, and there's another guy who started it, and he's in Boston, Jason. And so they asked me to if I would join the group, and so I was so thrilled to be able to do something like that. So anyway, this is their 2-year anniversary, and so so my very first time will be to be part of the blog hop will be on the 10th of July. So you see, I think I need a new wood. I used this in a class, and it kind of got worn out. Hi, Gil. Anyway, there's that. I don't know. It's personal preference, I guess. I love this little daisy, and I was like, okay, should I do something a little fancier? But no, you guys, it's not always about the fancy. I kind of like simple, just because I think sometimes less is more. And, I mean, I love all the special folds and stuff, but really, if you're thinking about selling them, sometimes it's a lot of work to do some of that stuff and all the layers. And I love it. If I'm making it for somebody, well, everybody's special, but if I'm making it for someone that I really want to give them something special, then I will, even though I think all our cards are special. But I don't know about you, but do people call you up or send you notes? I mean, doesn't it feel good if you actually do something for, what was I doing? Okay, I need this one. Which one is it? That they call you up and tell you that they love the card, and of course my mom does that, but but they love the card, and would you keep the card? Can I keep the? I'll just go ahead and keep the card forever. And I said, well, here's my thing: if you don't keep the card, but you tell me you're going to, and you decide you don't want to keep it, just don't tell me, because I'll think about all the time I spent making that card for you, and then you just tell me you threw it in the trash. I mean, anyway, I was teasing, but it's kind of tickled me. Okay, so sometimes I like to do a little bit of an edge to make something pop. I mean, I love the Whisper White, but I kind of like things to blend a little more sometimes. And so I feel like this kind of blends it into the card for some reason. And so I just kind of like, I do this a lot on card. I don't know why. I really like I like doing it. And it just kind of makes it blend more in my mind anyway. So I'm going to speech therapy. They're trying to figure out what's causing me to sound like I'm hoarse all the time when I'm not. So I've been going to all these tests and stuff. So now I have speech therapy. I'm starting on the 8th. So it's going to be done online through UNC Health. And they've been telling me when I was tested, how to speak at the front of my voice and not, sometimes I just fall into this nasally sound because there's something wrong. But since they can't figure it out, they're going to teach me how to talk and try to not do it. So I apologize when I sound all nasally. Trust me, it's just as annoying for me to see it, to hear it. So anyway, so that's that. And then I'll bring out my trusty adjustable bow maker, and here is, this came in a set. I think it's old olive, and I think the other one is the terracotta tile. I think that's the set they came in. But see, there's nothing on them, so you can't really tell what they are. So let's see. I'm going to pull these out because I don't want to forget to do that. So anyway, I make the bow. Sometimes I do 3, but this time I'm going to do 2. The wider ribbons sometimes take up a lot of space, but anyway. Okay, here we go. I don't know. This was what I bought when I was at the North Carolina quarterly thing from Tamara. Oh my gosh, it saves me so much aggravation trying to make some of those bows. I made so many bows at Christmas that I was like, oh my God, it drives me crazy. The other thing that I do, I don't know if you noticed it, was I use T-pins. Some of you might know that I'm a weaver as well. So we use a lot of T-pins in weaving to hold things on. So I found that the T-pins work really well to hold my ribbons on. So they're inexpensive and they work well. Okay, so isn't that pretty? I love that ribbon. I love all of our ribbons. Okay, I know I have there it is. Let's see, I know I have some of these little jers. Let's see what we do without our glue dots. Oh goodness. And so I thought it looked kind of cute just to stick it on the stem like that. Doesn't it? It's kind of cool. Would you like to get that? I would love to get that in the mail. Maybe I'll mail one to myself. Yeah, isn't the bow maker just amazing? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so almost done, people. I told myself I wasn't going to talk too much, but my husband says that I could talk the bark right off a tree, and I think I have a few times. But I'm a country boy. I grew up, and my granddaddy taught me. He always told all kinds of tales that, stuff, tall tales and stuff. So I get it honest, what I tried to say. So I think we're done. I think we are done. So here, I want to show this to you again. So this is what we just did. And I've already got the blog written. And so this is the wood. This is the wood that I did before. So you see I added a little different color there. But don't you think this is kind of cool with this? And then here's the other wood I did, which is an alternate, which I like as well. It's a little more modern looking, I think. But I really like. I didn't put a white piece here because I think it's light enough you can write on it. This is the white. This ribbon I had it with the Christmas last year, so it's the gold. The white. I think it's metallic. It doesn't really say what it is, but it's white with the gold on it. Looks like cream actually, but I thought it looked well with this. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing the rest of everything that everybody's doing. And God bless, and I'll see you again. All right? Good night. Bye-bye.